How do you deal with the problems that come with getting older and still take care of your family? As we get older, our bodies and lives change in huge ways. This is why it's so important to make smart decisions and live a low-desire lifestyle. Watch this video to learn how to avoid 6 big problems that will keep you from having a happy and carefree retirement. Give me a reason to finish it. Your golden years will be nice and trouble-free if you follow these tips. You will avoid the common problems that many people have during this time. If you are getting close to this age or are taking care of someone who is, these tips will help you make the most of this special time in your life. Before we begin, I hope you'll stay with me until the end, because I'll be sharing one perspective that has helped many people find peace in the middle of life's changes. If you're ready for gentle growth, please like, subscribe, and press the bell icon so you're always part of these heartfelt conversations. And if you're listening, share this in the comments. I welcome change with grace. Your words have power, and they may just inspire someone else today. Now, let's begin. To begin, do not act like a hero to your kids. Please keep in mind that your kids and grandchildren have responsibilities outside of your care and need to find ways to make money. Put yourself in Wang's place. She's now in her 60s. She watched her granddaughter for free until she started first grade to help her daughter out. Suddenly, 8 years had gone by on what had seemed like a short-term promise. As Anne Wang got closer to her 70s, she became very aware of how quickly her physical strength was going down. And Wang's daughter had another baby, even though she wasn't ready yet. Because she loved the family, she felt like she had to keep helping out with the new baby. And Wang had a terrible time at his new baby's 3rd birthday. She broke her arm when she fell while chasing the kid around the block. After the accident, her daughter had to hire a nanny to take care of the kids and her hurt mother, which made her condition worse. The story of An Wang shows how important it is to take care of yourself and know your limits. The moment you hit the 70s, you should be aware that your body is naturally weaker. Putting your own health and happiness first has a ripple effect on your kids' lives. It's important to take care of yourself so that you can stay involved with and helpful to your family without putting too much stress on them. Second, don't expect to live a long time. Many bad things happen to older people because they are so focused on living longer than they thought possible. A lot of people over the age of 70 become very interested in their health and spend a lot of money on therapies, supplements, and high-tech gadgets to get better. Even though they spend time, energy, and money trying to stop the decline that is going to happen anyway, they usually fail. Those in this situation are more likely to fall for scams, which can cost them more than money. They could lose their mental health and trust as well. They risk making their health worse because they are so desperate, which will only make things worse. Putting too much emphasis on taking care of your health can lead to problems. Because of the obsession, family problems happen, and it's difficult to get along with other people. The desire to live a long time can make it hard to see the more important things in life, like our relationships with others and our sense of self-worth. These fights can hurt a person's feelings and have an effect on their later years, turning a time that should be full of happiness and reflection into a time of loneliness and regret. Giving someone at least one more day after they turn 70 is a gift, not just more time. When someone is getting old, how they spend their last years, it is more important than how long they live. It's not worth living a long life without respect, love, and happiness. So don't insist on living a long time or become fixated on it. The grace and connection that come with getting older are what make our lives worth living. So let's keep them. Please leave the first comment below to let us know that you are still watching this video and finding the lessons helpful. Third, don't give in to the urge to get rich. It will happen at its own pace if life gives you a lot of money. If it doesn't happen, don't try to force it. A sad truth has been found by researchers. Working past age 70 can accidentally shorten your life, taking away up to 2 years of valuable time for every extra year of work. Many people today, whose health has gotten better, choose to go back to work in their 60s, taking on physically manageable jobs like security guards or cleaners. However, once you hit 70, the demands of these jobs can become too much to handle. Think about how hard it would be to work as a security guard all night, as a cleaner on multiple floors, or as a farmer with only a hoe as your only tool. When you were younger, these tasks might have seemed doable, but as you get older, they can become almost unbearable. The desire for money shouldn't get in the way of enjoying the simple joy of having enough. Not getting rich is the key to a happy life in your later years. Having enough money to meet your basic needs is more important. In the countryside, a few hundred yuan might be enough to cover monthly costs of living. In the city, a little more than 1,000 yuan might be. At this age, you should be glad that money is useful, but not worth the harm it could do to your health. Instead, treasure the moments of peace and happiness that you have, and see each day as a gift instead of a fight for more. Fourth, don't let lust control you. When two people have been together for a long time, especially older couples, it's important to remember how valuable companionship that has been built over a lifetime is. There have been disturbing reports of older people in their 60s and 70s doing things like prostitution or trying to get a divorce from their long-term partners to pursue new relationships, only to be betrayed or get into tough legal battles. Even though it's normal for older people to want to be sexual, it's important to put emotional support, health, and family harmony ahead of short-lived desires. When you're in your 70s, most of your life's journey is over, so it's important to think about your wants and needs with more maturity. True love is already hard to find among younger people, and it's even harder to find among older people, whose relationships are often based on money rather than genuine affection. In older age, a simple, peaceful life is much more valuable and satisfying than the chaos that often comes with being in a relationship. The real treasure in old age is not chasing after fleeting wants, but instead embracing a life of peace and meaningful connections. Fifth, don't spend too much time with other people. In the big picture of life, every gathering ends at some point. Life itself is a journey that goes from having a lot of things to not having enough, from having a lot of people around to being alone with fewer people. As you get closer to retirement and after, friends and acquaintances will slowly leave your life. By age 60, many of the people you used to hang out with may start to disappear, and by age 70, everyone left will be mostly close family members. This is how life usually goes. It happens the same way for everyone. It's important to accept these changes as part of the natural order at this point. Socializing might not be as important or even desirable. It was their choice to leave, and your family is still the most important person in your support system. You should focus on enjoying the company of the people who really matter in your last few years: your spouse, children, and other loved ones. The deepest happiness can come from taking a break from the busyness of social life and focusing on the warmth of family life. Enjoy this calmer time when the simple pleasures of spending time with loved ones become the most important things in life. Please leave a second comment below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me and that you think these lessons are helpful. Sixth, don't go on long trips. Everyone and everywhere can feel like a paradise if you have a utopian idea in your head. But it's important to be aware of the risks that come with long trips, especially for older people. There have been many terrible accidents involving older people while they were traveling. For example, 11 elderly people who had just retired went on a trip to a popular tourist spot, and tragically, 7 of them died. After age 70, homes should be the main thing you think about when you retire. Long trips should be avoided as much as possible. A quick trip to the store might be the most traveling you do, living a simple, stable life at home while making sure your kids are healthy and safe is the safest and most fulfilling thing you can do. This is what Pu Songling said in his book Strange Stories from a Chinese Studio. The most frightening thing is not supernatural beings, but the unpredictable heart of a person. In today's world, it's important to control your wants and stay calm. Society is often chaotic, and people's wants seem to never end. Adopting a mindset of simplicity and lower desires can lead to more happiness and peace in old age, after going through many hard times in life, around the age of 70. Following a few simple rules, like not traveling too much, can help you have a more peaceful and satisfying retirement. To sum up, human desires are huge and limitless, like fields, oceans, and the universe itself. It is important to lower our expectations as we get older and let our kids run their own lives and let go when they need to. It's important not to put too much stress on yourself or them. There is no need to insist on living a long time because life spans are limited. The most valuable feeling in life is the love that lasts, even if every day is happy. Do not chase after fleeting feelings of love or try to get too much attention. Eating a lot of food doesn't always make you happy, and a strict diet doesn't always make you suffer. Enjoy being happy and content. Keep things simple. Feed your spirit. Look after your health, and spend quality time with your family. Going back to a simpler, more honest way of life is a way to love yourself and helps keep the peace in the family. May every 70-year-old enter their later years with wisdom and grace, and may they enjoy a happy family life and a life free of worries and full of joy. A new trend is happening where parents who are older are depending on their kids more and more, which is becoming a bigger worry. One woman, 61 years old, recently talked about how upset she was about this trend. She talked about how what most people think of as filial piety has become a personal struggle for her. She said, "My name is Lu and I live in Changchunjin. I'm 61 years old. When I turned 55, I quit my job and got a nice pension. I also saved a lot of money for my late husband, who got a big settlement after an accident at work. My only son takes care of me, especially since my husband died too soon, which hurt me a lot. When I think about him, I often feel a deep sense of loss." During her son's college years, she was home by herself, and the only sound was her tears. That made her start looking for new ways to make her life better. She met a lot of people through travel and liked seeing new places. When she didn't have anyone to talk to, she found comfort in dancing with friends or reading and gardening at home. Even though she was going through some hard times emotionally, she found that her materially comfortable life made her happier and healthier overall. Some older people are dealing with big changes in their lives, and this story shows how the expectations of filial piety can become a burden instead of a source of comfort. As these relationships change, finding a balance between personal happiness and family duties is becoming more and more important. My son graduated from college 2 years after I retired. I told him to get a job in the area and told him that this could save him 20 years of hard work and help him settle down faster. Some people thought my request was selfish, but I wanted my child to be close to home for warmth and company more than what they thought. My son respected my wishes and agreed. He then went back home to work in the area. I helped him get a good job by using my connections. Eventually, though, he quit because he found the job dull and unenjoyable. At first, I wasn't mad, and I kept using my connections to get him another job, this time with a company run by a close friend of his late father, who promised to train him to be a leader in the future. Please leave the third comment below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me and that you think these lessons are helpful. Even though it was a great chance, my son had a hard time at his new job. This made his co-workers slack off, and they would often play games during work hours. I told him he should quit his job because this behavior was embarrassing. After he left, he mostly stayed at home and played video games. He didn't seem very interested in looking for work. Because I was worried about his lack of drive and maturity, I thought that getting him married might give him the direction he needed. I was in charge of finding him a match, even though he didn't seem interested in getting married. I quickly found the right person to marry and quickly set up their wedding. I told them that after they got married, they should work or start their own business. They decided to look for work, and my house was once again full of activity. It wasn't as quiet as it used to be as things got busier. I found that I had to do all the chores by myself. Life was busier, but it was better than being alone, which was how I felt before. This time of relative stability didn't last long, though. Before I knew it, I was taking care of someone else. My son and daughter-in-law stopped doing their chores around the house, so I had to do them all. When I asked for help, my daughter-in-law said her job was too hard and that she thought I could handle more. Also, my son said that he had to work and didn't have time to help. Besides doing my daily chores, I often took care of their child by taking him or her to and from school and making breakfast and dinner. For the sake of my family, I tried to handle everything that was within my power. I thought that my child's marriage would make my life easier, now that I'm in my 60s. But it has made my responsibilities even worse. I wish my life were easier and less stressful. I envy people who seem to have more peace and less work to do. There was a time when I was so completely worn out from the day's activities that I just couldn't get the energy to make dinner. I was upset when my son said I was lazy and always nagging. What he said shocked me and made me feel helpless. I made up a reason to run away when I was upset and stayed at a friend's house for a few days, not wanting to go back home. When my son's wife called and asked me to come back right away to help with their child, I really didn't want to help anymore. When I get back, I want to have a serious talk with both my son and my daughter-in-law. Their demanding lives have become too much for me to handle, and I can't handle the constant stress. Even though this is a personal story, it shows a bigger problem that many elderly parents face today. During their kids' formative years, parents work very hard to provide for them. Many times, these parents still make sacrifices for their kids, even after they are grown up. However, things have gotten worse for me to the point where I feel more like a servant than a loved parent. What I used to see as a sign of filial piety has turned into a stressful and impossible to handle burden since I retired. And Louisiana's experience is a powerful reminder to older parents of the risks of giving their kids too much attention. Child abuse can happen when parents spoil their kids too much, making them too dependent and careless. Parents need to teach their kids to be independent and rely on themselves so that they can deal with the problems that come up in life and really appreciate what their parents have done for them. Setting limits is very important for parents who are getting older. It's good to help your kids, but you shouldn't go too far. For example, helping out with childcare or housework once in a while is fine, but taking on all of your responsibilities can lead to severe burnout. It is very important to communicate clearly. Tell your kids your financial limits and restrictions so they know what you expect and how you feel about money. Encourage them to do what they need to do, like getting a stable job and taking care of their money. Helping them become independent is very important because being able to take care of themselves will be useful for the rest of their lives. If you are an older parent, it is important to find a good balance between helping your kids and doing what makes you happy. Spend time doing things that make you happy and satisfied, like traveling, reading a great book, or hanging out with friends. The more balanced and satisfying your life is, the better you feel overall, and the better you can support your children without getting too stressed out. A healthier and more peaceful family life will come from balancing your own needs with those of your children. Thanks for seeing it. We've talked about 6 important tips that will help you live a low-desire life and have a peaceful, happy old age. These tips are meant to improve your health as you move into this important stage of life. They cover everything from how to avoid overworking, to how to control your wants and socialize wisely. We appreciate you being here with us. If you felt seen, heard, or uplifted today, please subscribe and hit the bell to stay connected. You are part of a growing, powerful circle of wisdom. And if you're ready to live with intention, comment, "I rise with every sunrise." Let it be your gentle declaration to the world that you are still becoming, still unfolding, still full of light. Until next time, take care and keep shining.